Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. Now we know over the past week or so, 2 weeks, there's been a lot of, let's just say, racial troubles in Britain. Well, it isn't of course restricted to Britain. The Republic of Ireland also is having terrible problems with its immigration system. Not enough places, and where they keep putting whole batches of immigrants, it tends to be in inappropriate places. There was a standoff in a small Irish village. The population is 126. They wanted to put 500 all male immigrants into a detention centre there. They didn't call it that, but that's effectively what it is. Well, the whole town got up in arms. They blocked the people putting it in. The police had to come. There was a massive standoff. And this is just one example. Elsewhere, whenever they mention they're going to go in and do and put immigrants into a hotel, say, strangely, mysteriously, overnight, that hotel has burnt to the ground. The people of Ireland have had enough, and they're rejecting what's being done to them. All power to them, I suppose. The parliament there, the government there, aren't listening to the people, and therefore it's a dictatorship, and it's the right and obligation of every free man to fight against dictatorship. Iniquitous government is not government of the people, for the people. It is government by an elite over the many, and it is wrong. However, the government themselves are facing a bigger problem because of the Irish people, because every time they try to put them into these places, into these hotels, into these reception centres, or whatever they want to call them, whatever spurious name they use, and it keeps happening, burning down or rejection or, riots and things like that. It's caused a problem legally because the High Court in Dublin yesterday, on Thursday. I'm recording this today, Thursday, but you'll be seeing this on Friday morning because I've got a busy day on Friday, so I won't be able to get up early and do these. But the High Court yesterday on Thursday determined that the government's handling of asylum seekers has failed to meet the standards of the EU Charter of the Fundamental Rights. And this is specifically what they were doing was breaching the right to dignity by not providing adequate accommodation. And so they're in breach of this charter. But of course, they try to give them, quote, adequate accommodation. And every time they do, the people of Ireland are burning it down. Oh dear. Now, there are two options for this, I think. One of them is that they stop the people burning it down, or two, they come out of the ECHR. This government in Ireland currently won't do that. They are so weffy. But the people will, of course, have the last say. There are more of them than there are government at the end of the day. Anyway, this ruling comes after the Irish Human Rights and Equality Commission, sounds like another bunch of do-gooding leftist wankers, challenged the government's adherence to its obligations for newly arrived international protection applicants. Is that what we're calling them now? I prefer immigrants. Kind of sums it up in one go, one word then. Justice Barry O'Donnell delivered the ruling and said the state's inability to meet the basic needs of these individuals, such as proper accommodation, contravenes Article 1 of the Charter of the Fundamental Rights of the European Union. Well, it's a landmark case. And it does mean that the Irish government are now in breach of the charter that they willingly signed. And there's no way out for them. How can they possibly reverse this? I can't see a way out. I mean, short of sending in the army, and no reflection on the Irish army, there's not a lot of them. It's small. It's a small volunteer force. It's more therefore show than actual fighting. Although I will point out that the Irish VC Society is the biggest in the world. More VCs have been won by Irishmen than any other nation. There you go. But the Irish army aren't going to go and shoot their own people. The police might batter them down, but they're not going to do anything more. They may be charging with riot shields and batons, but they're not going to. The police aren't going to kill them for it. The people will rise in Ireland, and when they do, it isn't going to be pretty for the government. The government have got to sort this out, And there is only one resolution that will save Ireland from civil war, because God knows it's had enough of those over the years. Oh, my little homeland. I'm from the north. I hold an Irish passport. And it is going to be united. It will be a united Ireland probably in my lifetime. I don't care. What I care about is that the people are not beaten by a government not of their wishes, if you know what I mean. On the other hand, you could argue that the people put the government there. But I suspect that more people voted against this government than voted for them. The joy of what they've got, eh? What a terrible way of running a thing. People need to stand and fight, but not riot, of course. I keep saying that. Protest, fight, but protest with the vote. Because if you don't use the ballot, it comes to the bullet, and nobody wants that. Good luck, Ireland. You've got a long way to go. Thanks a lot. Bye.